Well, before the last few starts, I mean, I think I was just throwing strikes and getting ahead of guys and commanding my fastball and all my pitches for that matter. But I'm just working on staying consistent right now and struggled two out of my last 3 starts, so I'm just trying to get back on track right now.
40 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts, just 9 walks and a 257 average against. When you look at your statistics, or if you don't look at them, when you hear somebody like me recite them to you, what are you most proud of?
I don't know. Those numbers don't sound like I want them to, actually.
Then you got to tell me what you want them to sound like, because those are pretty darn good.
I mean, they're okay, but my goal is to be a little better than that. I mean, I'm happy that I'm winning ball games and that our team's doing good, and I mean, I'm just happy with the way the season's going. But like I said, I've struggled the last 2 out of the last 3 starts, and I'm just trying to get back on track and just how I was the first 4 starts of the year.
And you say the key to getting back on track is just throwing strikes and getting ahead. That's as minute as you boiled it down to for the problems you say you've had?
Yeah, I think so, especially for me. I mean, last start, I was through 4 or 5 really good innings and went out there in the 6th and walked the leadoff guy, gave up a few hits, and walked another guy. And I think walks hurt you more than anything, and that's what's been happening here lately.
Just 9 on the season for Jeremy Hellickson. My guest was ranked 20th overall before the season started by the MLB Network and their top 50 Major League Baseball prospects special. In his career in the minor leagues, 6 seasons, he's got 42 wins and just 14 losses, a sub-3 ERA, and you've fanned 545 batters in 501 innings. Fair to call you a strikeout pitcher. Break down your arsenal for my listeners, would you?
Yeah, well, I throw a fastball, curveball, and changeup. Trying to work on a 4th pitch, either a cutter or a slider right now. And I don't really see myself as a strikeout pitcher. I mean, even though it's good to get strikeouts at times. But my goal is just to go out there and get a chance to win and get guys out as quick as possible. And hopefully I'll start doing that here next few starts again.
Tell me about the fastballs. A forward, 2 seams, or do you throw both, and what's the velocity like?
I just throw a 4-seam, and it can be anywhere from 88 to 93, 94. Right now it's probably low 90s, and I need to get it back up there to 90, 92, 93.
What does that take? Just mechanics, or is that drinking a Red Bull before a start?
I mean, I think just even any given day you can feel different. I mean, one start you'll go out there and you'll feel like you have it, and you'll be on top of your game, and you'll be up there at 93, 94, and then you can go out there the next start and feel terrible and not feel like you have it at all, and go out there and be 89, 90, and it just all depends on how you prepare those 4 days after your start, and you just got to get your body right before that start.
Jeremy Hellickson, top pitching prospect in Tampa Bay with the Rays. How about the curveball? What's the movement like on that?
Right now it's more of a slurve, and I mean that's the biggest thing I'm working on right now is trying to shorten that up and have it be more of a true 12-6 curveball. And I mean it's getting there, and hopefully the slider I'm working on will come along, and then I'll have 2 off-speed pitches.
Yeah, when you're working on a pitch like a slider, or you said you're still honing between that and a cutter, I think you said, do you throw that in games, or is that just on side sessions?
Right now it's more of just on side sessions, just trying to get a feel for it and get comfortable with it. Probably throwing about 10 of them in 3 starts, so just getting more comfortable every day, and just got to keep working on it on the sides.
I've always heard the slider's tougher on the arm. When you're debating between a slide and a cut, is it all about which you can throw better, or do you think at all about the fact that maybe a cutter is a little bit easier on your arm?
I think it's just whatever's more comfortable to you. Right now it's more of a cutter than a slider. I'm not really doing anything with my elbow. So, I mean, as far as that's concerned, I don't think there'll be any problem. But I think it's just more of what you're comfortable with.
Let's say you go 7 1/3, 7 2/3, and you throw 100 or so pitches. How many change-ups do you think on an average game might you throw?
I would like to probably throw 20, 25.
That many? Okay, I didn't realize you used that many change-ups.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to work on my curveball a little more and leave the changeup in the bag for a little bit. But I mean, I like to go to my changeup a lot, and I feel like it's an effective pitch. So try to throw it up there as much as I can to keep it off balance and get people out.
Jeremy Hellickson talking about his arsenal. He's off to an excellent start this season. 5-1 with an ERA in the mid-threes. He's fanned 38 batters in 40 innings. His opponents hitting less than 260 off of him in the AAA International League. Do you throw the changeup and the curveball to start counts, or are those pitches later on in an at-bat?
Yeah, I do. And I think that might be my biggest strength, is being able to throw all three of my pitches for a strike anytime. And there's a lot of guys that can do that here, and that's why it's a tough league.
You've made 16 starts dating back to last season in AAA, only 2 losses and a 2.87 ERA. When you have success at the highest level of the minors, I'd have to assume your confidence about being able to pitch the moment you get called up to the big leagues goes through the roof. Is that the case?
I mean, I have all the confidence in the world in what I can do. It's just going out there and being consistent and just keep working on what I need to work on.
The Rays rotation right now might be the best in baseball. I guess that's what's tough for you. Here you are ready and dealing in AAA again. But between Shields and Garza at the top, Jeff Neiman, David Price, and even Wade Davis, who are all young and developing but all studly so far this season, they're 5 deep. So when you look at that, is that something that you take pride in that the organization's done so well, or is it something that aggravates you just a little bit deep down?
Well, I mean, obviously I'd love to be pitching in the big leagues, but I do take pride in that, being in this organization. And I know all 5 of those guys are extremely talented, and like you said, it's probably the best staff in the majors right now. And when Wade Davis is your 5th starter, there's really not much room for anybody else. So, I mean, I'm just doing what I need to do here, and my time will come. And I mean, anytime they need me, I'll be ready.
How do you go about not letting that affect what you do in AAA? Knowing that as good as you are, unless something goes wrong with one of those guys who are all your buddies, you may not get a chance to start games anytime soon for the Rays.
Well, I mean, I can't control how good our guys are, and they're doing a really good job up there. And like you said, the only chance I really have is somebody goes down, and no one wants that, especially the way we're playing right now.
Jeremy Hellickson, Tampa Bay Rays top pitching prospect on minors and majors, MLB Network Radio. Grant Paulsen with you. We have seen a couple of those guys we just talked about get their feet wet in the big leagues late to pitch out of the bullpen. Is that something you've thought about potentially with the Rays at the top spot, not only in the East but in baseball? Obviously going to be competitive deep into October. Maybe getting your christening in the show out of the bullpen? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, wherever they want to put me, I'll be happy to fill that need. And I came out of the bullpen in spring training, and I mean, it's a different mentality, and you got to prepare a little differently. But I mean, like I said, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever they want me.
A couple of moments left with Jeremy Hellickson. What preparations, what adjustments would you have to make to get ready for a bullpen role late in the season?
I mean, I've only thrown 2 innings out of the bullpen. I mean, it's just you just got to get ready a lot quicker, and I mean, the adrenaline's just there from the get-go, and I don't think you can't save anything when you come out of the bullpen. You just got to come in and throw strikes and get ahead of guys, and I think that's the main thing as a reliever. You got to come in and throw that first strike and try to get that first out.